Hello everyone and welcome back to the next part of our Elden Ring playthrough. Um, Today we are going to be exploring just south of Limgrave down here. There's a few things that we want to do. We haven't finished everything in Limgrave, we still got this area to do here, up here, and this lake here. But we're going to save that for a little bit later in the playthrough, and we are going to explore south. So when we left off in the last part, Kenneth had lied to us and didn't knight us. But he said he's going to go off and try and find the rightful ruler of Limgrave. So we will see where his storyline continues. So there is a ballista on this section. You just want to kind of rush it. Otherwise this will happen. I top off on health, grab that stone sword key. Alright, friend, alright. My turn. Oops. You get 3 smithing stone wands from here, which can be very good. I'm used to quicker parries with the buckler. Here we are at the Weeping Peninsula. I'm not going to top off on health. We're going to do that at the next site of grace. Here we have a maiden.
Hello? Is somebody there? Might I bend your ear for a moment, please? My name is Irina. I've escaped from Castle Morn to the south. The servants there have rebelled. I can't be sure what it is. My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander. I fear for father's life. The servants are full wrath, filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear it's no different at Castle Morn. Please, I implore you, would you mind taking a letter to my father? At the castle, my sole wish is that he escape. Even if his honor should be the price. Please. I just want him to be safe.
We're going to deliver the letter for her.
Thank you. Dearly. Then please, take this. Deliver it to my father, who remains in the castle, if you please.
So I don't tend to guard counter dogs. Just because, like, after an attack, they're quite quick to recover from blocking with the shield. So sometimes they can dodge guard counters. If you are one of them, you tend to kill them quick enough before they can dodge away. Here we get the Morning Star. I'm going to leave that giant well enough alone. Hello, friends. And there we have another knight. We're not going to fight him just yet. And now we're going to fight him. I just want to bring him away from the merchant because we don't want to kill the merchant. Okay, friend. And just before we go back to this site of grace, I want to make our way down just slightly towards Castle Morn that you can see in the distance, and we're just going to grab the map for this area. So you do want to be careful around this area, because as you can see, it looks like it's a ballista, but it's not a ballista. You might have just seen it in the distance, but I will show you the actual enemy later on in the playthrough when we go and do Castle Morn. There's a lot to do on the Weeping Peninsula. We might not get it all done in one episode. It might take 2 or 3. But we'll try and do our best and do as much as we can. You just want to be careful of those plants. They spew poison. And the reason I dropped down low and killed that other guy first is because this ballista up here will kill a few demi-humans for us and give us some free runes. So there's a hand ballista in here and ballista bolts. And we also got some chain draped adamant. So it's still no pants, but we are slowly upgrading in the world. So these items here do spawn a trap. And you just want to kill them before you enter these ruins, otherwise they will grow into here. And if you jump up onto this wall here, you can kind of just make your way up and get into the secret area here. So you get the Shield of the Guilty. And then we climb out just over here. So in here is like a side boss. Wolves, please. If you need to heal up, you can just back out. You get the Demi-Human Queen Staff and the Crystal Burst spell. Now that was very rude of you, sir. I'm just going to top off on health. We are poisoned, so we're slowly losing health over time. But it means we don't have to overly worry about these plants. And we got a Faith Knotted Crystal tier there, which allows us to increase faith with our flask. But it's only temporary, so I don't think it's actually worth using. Here we have another church with another sacred tier. And there is a graveyard here with some undead inside. And just a few items. So blue spirit jellyfish are friendly towards you. If they're red, it means they will aggro onto you. If you hit one in an area, all the blue ones tend to turn red. So you just want to be careful for that. I was going to top off on HP here. There are 2 pages down here. They can be a bit of a pain to deal with. Mostly because they have crossbows that shoot explosive arrows. And let's claim our reward. It's the Winged Scythe, which is another cool weapon. It's a faith-based weapon, so we will not be using it this playthrough. Very unique attacks, and it has a unique Ash of War. And if you hit another player with that, it does stop them using any of their flasks. So it's very, very good for PvP. Especially if you get the jump on a player. And we screwed up. That's okay. We'll come collect that at a reload up here. And then we'll go back and collect it. So we got a Mausoleum Surcoat, which we will equip. And here we have another Sacred Tier. So now we have +3 on our flasks. That should be enough that no matter how much damage we take, we should always heal back to full health at our current HP. So we are just gonna make our way back to these ruins. We're gonna go get the scarab. Which gives us Divine Fortification, which basically just bolsters Holy Resistance. So there's a lot of Mausoleum guards out here. They're not actually, there's not actually that many. Why aren't you moving? So for this giant rock thing, you see these little glowy skulls on its legs. If you hit these, you will break them off, and you just want to knock off as many as possible, and eventually this one bugged. Oh. So yeah, if you just can keep knocking them off the legs. This opens up the mausoleum. And inside, you can examine the remains, which will allow you to duplicate remembrances. And so we haven't found a remembrance yet this playthrough, so I'm not going to reveal exactly what they are just yet. But yeah, again, something to find out later on in the playthrough. So you just want to be careful with these ruins. It is a poison bog area. And you just want to open up this area, which frees her. We will speak to her, but we are not going to kill her.
It will do no good, I swear it. And yet you persist. You frothing degenerates.
So she just says the same thing over and over again. We're not actually going to kill her because I believe she is part of the storyline. Item. Don't believe there's any more items in here. And then we'll make our way down to beachfront. And specifically, we want to come just down here. Just before we speak to this gentleman, I'm going to pop one rune. Just because he has something we want to buy.
Well, it's been an age since I've seen a customer. How can I help here at the end of the earth?
So we actually need 1,800 for the lantern.
Anything? Ever safe?
So the lantern is basically a torch, but it sits on your hip. And just lights the light up dark places, which is going to be useful for as we explore caves further on. So I am going to come up here and just unlock this tower on the map. We're not going to do it just because there's actually nothing in here as a reward. So again, yeah, sometimes the game will freeze just as you're passing through areas because it's trying to load 2 areas at once. I don't think consoles have that issue. I think it's more PC. So here we are at another minor Earth tree. I'm getting ready for our first boss of the playthrough. I mean episode. Who should be right around here somewhere. We got stuck by the jar there. That's okay. Hi, friend. So as you can see, there's another dungeon statue just there. And the dungeon itself is just here. We did pick up a stone sword key earlier on in the playthrough. I'm going to use it here. So 2 skeletons are going to spawn down here. Always come to your right here. Just to stop this guy sneaking up on you from behind. So there's only one skeleton in this room, and it's right here. So we do have this section here that we're going to do, but there is going to be one thing we're going to do before that, which is come up here. Because if you go do that room, this skeleton will throw firebombs on you. You just want to kill him first. And a little bit of a quick tip for this room. Just run in, grab the 2 items. You come back out. You tend to only have 1 to fight. We got a gross messer and another prattling pate.
Thank you.
So now we're going to explore up here. No skeletons in this room. There is 2 in this room. 1 spawns behind you. And here's the boss room lever. So we're going to throw our wolves up again. You just want to dodge that, otherwise the boss will get a clean critical on you. You want to be careful in this boss. He stacks up a lot of bleed very quickly. But he's also got very low HP. And we get our first legendary of the playthrough, which is Lethal the Headless. And we don't have the FP to summon him, and I don't think we're going to use him during the playthrough. We're on our way to getting the achievement of all legendary ashes. We've now completed this whole west section of the map. Our next point of call is going to be these 2 areas here. I am just conscious of the time of the video, so I believe we are going to just use our runes and end the video there. Okay, so that's all we have time for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. You can find me live every day at twitch.tv/ArantianPlays, which will be down in the description below. We'll be back tomorrow for another episode of our Elden Ring slow, possibly 100% playthrough. And yeah, see you then. Take care.